Sir.
You've done an exemplary job here, Paladin. Without your unwavering loyalty to our cause, this victory would never have been possible.
So we've won?
Absolutely, brother. The Institute has been wiped clean from the face of our world. It's time we close this chapter on the Commonwealth, and begin one anew.
What do you mean, Elder?
It means we still have a long road ahead if we're to ensure the safety of the Commonwealth and her people. But this is neither the time nor the place to discuss it. Return to the Pridwin, and we'll decide what needs to be done.
The Institute's gone. Do you know what this means?
That the Commonwealth is finally safe.
Exactly. It means no more kidnappings. No more sleepless nights, terrified your neighbors plotting against you. No more fear. Thanks to you, we don't have to be afraid anymore.
Fear me.
So with the Institute gone, does this mean you're out of a job?
You're joking, right? Someone's gonna have to document the post-Institute world now, won't they? Welcome to day one of the new Commonwealth.
I can't talk right now. I have a lot on my mind.
So do I.
You've done a heck of a job, Paladin. Ad Victoriam.
Heads up.
Just let me know.
Over here.
Yep.
Move here. Here.
Uh-huh. Blue, you got a minute?
Sure thing.
Just what you said about Nat. I've been going over it again and again in my head, and what you said was right. Family's too precious. What kind of life is she gonna have if I never go near her again? It's just... sometimes it feels like the only things I've got in life are Nat and the paper. Having someone I can count on, someone like you, it's meant a lot to me. Not a lot of people want to hang around with the nosy reporter.
Yeah, but you're my kind of nosy.
You're the exception. I haven't exactly made a lot of friends in this career. I just wanted to right the things I thought were wrong. And when Nat and I first got to Diamond City, there was a lot of wrong. Crooked guards, lousy infrastructure. There was a hole in the exterior wall that was patched over with a bookcase. One bookcase. That's it. I started the paper more as an act of desperation than anything else. Turned out I wasn't the only one who wanted things to change. After the first couple of editions, people may not have agreed with what I said, but everyone was listening.
Still, a lot of work to fix that town.
Oh yeah, but it's come a long way. When that first edition hit the stands, I felt like I'd finally done something worth doing. But afterwards, things changed. People didn't want to talk the way they used to. It seemed that overnight I'd gone from being Piper, friend and confidant, to Piper, the nosy snoop. A lot of folks, they haven't treated me the same since. Started to feel like the only person I could count on was my little sis.
That was a long time ago. People can't still treat you that way.
You'd think, but if anything, it's gotten worse. Sure, I've earned some friends back in town, but now I've even got a reputation outside Diamond City. That's why I'm so lucky to have someone like you. You're not afraid of me like everyone else. I was sure that the paper would be the best thing I ever did in my life, but being here with you now I don't know. I've needed someone like you in my life for a long time, Blue. I just never expected I'd actually get them. So thank you for being the friend I can count on.
Thanks, Piper. That means a lot to me.
You're welcome. I just wish there was more I could do to show it, other than watching your back. Now, come on. Let's hit the road.
Nice.
May the Institute's fall be a lesson to anyone who would risk tampering with our humanity.
Let's see what the boss have for us.
Paladin, I'm pleased you've returned. Captain Kells and I wanted to speak with you. Captain Kells.
As I expect Elder Maxon has already explained, the destruction of the Institute is simply the first stage of our operations in the Commonwealth. There are still super mutants and ferals to be dealt with, as well as any remaining synths that escaped the blast. It's our hope that you will continue serving with the Brotherhood and assist us with eradicating these threats.
Of course, Captain.
Very good, Paladin.
In light of your service, Captain Kells and I both feel you deserve unique recognition for your contributions, both past and future. It's with great pleasure and the utmost respect that you are hereby granted the title of Sentinel. This is the highest honor a Brotherhood soldier can achieve, but we both felt strongly that it was well deserved.
In addition, we'd like to present you with this jetpack modification for your power armor. The Brotherhood has few of these devices in its possession, but we feel you've earned the right to utilize one of them. Congratulations, Sentinel. It's an honor to be serving with you.
Would I be the only Sentinel in the Brotherhood?
In our division? Yes. There hasn't been a Sentinel serving under me for many years now. It's a position that commands a great deal of honor and respect, so I do not award it lightly.
I guess something bad happened to Sentinel Alliance then.
I really don't know what to say.
As you've no doubt heard before, words aren't necessary. Your actions will speak volumes. So, Sentinel, for the first time since we've met, I have no orders for you. From this moment forward, you will decide which missions you undertake and how you will guide us. Captain Kells and the personnel at the Cambridge police station still possess numerous operations for you to undertake. Where you go from here is up to you. Ad Victorium, Sentinel.
Ad Victorium.
Internal monitoring active. Looks quiet.
Delta sequence initiated. Completion time 14 minutes.
I'll just leave this thing hanging here. Damn it, I'm full of items.
Heads up.
You say the word.
Wait there.
Okay.
Trade. You take the heavy stuff. Take this.
I'll be here then.
Now I can run. Oh no, don't you equip those? Ah. So that's basically the end of the game. I think basically what you can do now is the rest of this world, what it has to offer. Trust me, it's not even near fully done. You got this enormous world to discover, and there's so many more quests, and there will come more DLCs, downloadable content with time, giving you even more missions to follow. Whew. Tragic end there, but it had to be done. At least I think that was the most correct thing to do. Perhaps waiting for the Minutemen and building them up would be more correct, but I felt like keeping the pace up as good as possible was the most prudent thing to do. Oh yeah, that was my private power armor left there, but they have to live with it now because I'm a sentinel. So how I feel about this game in general is that it was very nice. I think they have enhanced the gameplay quite significantly. I love that you have sights that you can shoot through. And well, if you like those mod things, it has quite a bit of that, which is something I think a whole lot of RPG players love, when you can customize and, you know, really put effort into making your own gear special. So that's a very big up, I'd say. And the story, well, it was sort of I'm not sure. It wasn't like super original, but it wasn't bad either. So I'm kind of what's the word for it? I'm quite normal about it. No, I'm quite okay with it, I think I should say. One thing I had problem with this entire game is because since I try to play it through and not waste too much time on talking to too many people and dragging out time, I had a lot of problems with ammo and stuff. So if you're playing this game, I suggest you would try to give it more time on looting and exploring more places in terms of getting more gear and grow more powerful. And, well, do more side missions, because side missions usually lead to more powerful stuff.
Hey, boy. Come on, boy. It's time to go.
Let's go, dog meat. And now I don't remember where I was. Damn it. Damn Radroach, I'm trying to like make an outro for this game here.
Those things just seem to get bigger and nastier every year.
Yeah, damn it. And yeah, this was my house. Oh, Mr. Handy Fuel. Amazing that he managed to fuel himself all this time. Well, if you wish for a more happy ending, I guess it will be a disappointment, because well, it ended up with me killing my son, and well, because I thought it was the right thing to do. Doesn't sound too prudent, does it? And my wife got shot in the head. Well, that's just about my luck with women. If but I think, well, it depends on which ending you choose. But I think if you choose some different...
Hey there. Nice dog. But he looks lonely. Don't you think he could use a playmate?
You've got a deal.
Oh, yeah. You sure? I mean, she's a great dog. Don't get me wrong. I just don't want to sell her to anyone who isn't going to take good care of her.
I'll take good care of her. Don't worry.
You know what? I changed my mind. I don't think I want to sell her just yet.
Never mind that little conversation. I think the ending may differ depending on which side you choose, but also in terms of well, I guess they were sort of having their own agendas, every one of them, and I think you basically have to realize that the world that was past have been blown away, it's gone, and basically you get to choose in this game what the future of the future, in what direction it will go. And basically, if you choose the Institute, it will be very high technological, and well, the risk of the synths becoming rogue AIs, well, it may be a risk, but who knows, it might be an utopia, depending on what you believe. It's make-believe. Every ending has, like, probably some positive moral. For example, the railroad, they try to make it, I'd say they're most relatable to the current Western world, because they are really naive. They want to help everyone, and sort of selfless in a sort of way, but in a stupid way, because you know, it's like the Institute. If you forget to keep check on the machines, it could turn out quite horrific. And well, you can argue blah blah blah. And the Minutemen, they're basically survivors. Yeah, people trying to survive post-apocalyptic wasteland. The Brotherhood of Steel, it's basically military that have undergone some serious reforms according to their ethics. So basically everyone you meet there will have high standards on moral questions and extreme loyalty. So I guess that's why I was a bit more lucrative to their option, but at the same time it feels sort of depressive that following them might just occur to you being in this kind of empire-ish organization that's just gonna bully everyone else out of the world and well, use nukes and do the same stupid stuff all over again, because everything doesn't last forever, but so far they seemed to be the best choice. I've noticed also that in this game it seems like your companions can't die unless you probably would have to kill them yourself. But it used to be a bit of a nuisance in Fallout 3 that sometimes you could realize, where's my companion? And then they have been blown away in some place and you just walked away. It makes me sound like I'm a very bad friend. Walk away, and where did he go? I had that problem in Skyrim all the time. But here they seem to always just become staggered and enter the battle later on. And I also noticed that you could have romance options. Not a big fan of those in games because, well, I guess some people have their cyber fantasies. But normally I think of games as board games, you know, that's what a game should be about. But this is an RPG, so it's fitting in a sense, but still romances. Nah. You don't want people to get confused here. But it can always add to some interesting quests. I've actually been trying to find... Whoa. Ledger. What the hell were you doing in here? Damn neighbor. I wonder if you can sneak here in the beginning of the game and see what's up. Now I lost myself again. Oh yeah, I was about companions. Yeah, so far I met quite a few nice companions, and they've improved the speech system a whole lot. I mean, I really enjoy it. I think a lot of RPG players that plays these kinds of games, some prefer when the actual main character doesn't have a voice. I think it's a lot of that they want to immerse themselves even more to the game, you know, like make up in their mind what the character is saying, not actually listening to a voice actor speaking. But personally, I prefer having a voice actor because it makes the conversations more simpler to understand. And I can imagine you as a watcher probably have a lot more fun watching when there's actual conversation from both parts, rather than trying to keep up with my eyes reading a sentence and clicking, because who knows, I think I'm a slow reader, but you might even be slower, so that would make a rather sad combo, so to speak. I think actually the voice actors for this game have been quite, you know, very good actually. It's I have really enjoyed my male character's voice, but in the beginning you could also choose to be the wife if you wanted to play as a female hero. And who's this? Oh. Go dog. Damn it, I lost myself. Damn, these interruptions. I should have just done this in the main menu, but I thought I'd try something different because this is an open world and I wanted to show the environment by running around. Huh, now I got a quest. See, I'm just gonna shut off the volume so I won't get distracted. Well, I have minimal now, but it should be easier to hear myself. And I think I was speaking about voice actors. Yeah, about the main character. I felt he was very like sympathetic and funny in those sarcastic lines. I wasn't too much of an asshole, so I can't tell you if, my opinion about that, but I bet he probably did a great job. And by the sound of my voice, my wife's voice, I bet the female character would have done an amazing job as well. I just remember when I played Mass Effect, I didn't feel one bit intimidated by the female voice. So it's a matter of taste, I'd say. I mean, some people would say, yeah, the male voice is 10 times better than the female, and some other people would say the exact opposite. So, you know, it's a matter of taste. Basically everything is a matter of taste, but yeah, I was trying to explain from my point of view mostly, because, well, this is basically the videos I'm making, and I think that's why people try to look on other videos, is to, well, I guess, look and find what other people thinks and have a different perspective of things, or just to find something different and new and funny. I feel like I lack that factor a bit. But sometimes those moments come. And that's basically a bit of the beauty with this kind of playthroughs, because you sort of travel into a different world or different rules. You never know, because you play different games, or at least I try, and there's always a different theme to it. I try to keep at least, and then you have to adapt to the game you're playing, and at the same time the game can surprise you. Sometimes, you know, it can be a bit slow, but in some episodes action can just go up 10,000 fold, and I think that as a viewer is something interesting to see. Though usually I think most people probably would want to establish a form of viewer base before making actual gameplay videos like these, or play a lot more popular game. Not like this is unpopular, but I think at least as I'm recording this right now, most of my videos have like oh no, damn it, super mutants. Most of the people recording through this game already have a player base and or fan base, so therefore they already have a lot of viewers. And for example, me, I barely have any viewers. I have like 30 subscribers, but I think I have like only 1 or 2 active. And to be realistic and compete with that, I think you have to try and make videos perhaps in a different game or a different theme, or you know, something complete entirety. And once you get people that actually enjoy your stuff, then it will be perhaps more prudent to make longer videos like this, because the truth is people like to have first impressions. They come into a video, they look and see if it seems to be captivating, then they just go away. And I know this myself, because I have watched a whole lot of videos in my time. And when it comes to these playthroughs, I think I rather find something simplistic in the start, and then whatever. Oh, perhaps it's a small town here.
Hey,
since I haven't established such a thing.
Oh, yeah. The door's open. Another newcomer. Welcome.
Enjoy your stay. I really shouldn't talk to you, because I'm busy and all.
Alright.
Meaning no offense, but I got a mountain of work to do.
Okay, I seem depressed here. I just better stay out of this German
Good
town.
caps to be made protecting folk.
They sounded the German in the names. What was I talking about again? Damn it! Oh yeah, about video audiences in YouTube. So I think if you're trying to make videos and stuff and looking for advice, I'd say try not to do what everyone else is doing, because damn it! Oh, sorry, dog meat. I think doing videos like these that I have done is probably not gonna help you catch an audience fast, and perhaps you don't want to be like many others and just go into other people's that got a lot of viewers, scream like, hey, watch my channel, blah blah blah. That's sort of lame, and you shouldn't do that if you have respect for yourself. Personally, I don't care about the viewers. I just basically make videos, and if someone enjoys them, they can tag along. Otherwise, I do it for my own entertainment and just... Damn mosquitoes! And I try to basically improve myself personally with speech and... What the hell is this alien stuff? I'm getting out of here. Do not be alarmed. Do not be alarmed? You tried to kill me with some mosquito droids. Damn it. Quite funny how the mosquitoes was next to those guys. So basically, I do videos to improve myself and, and entertain those that wants to watch. Basically, the few videos I actually want to show people is well spread out. You know, if I could choose one type of video that I made, because I make, you know, quite a few random things from time to time. It's videos when I speak about like advices and things to help people, because I think that's probably the most valuable thing I can bring out to people. And these gameplay videos, they're all about me keeping my English intact and not, you know, how did I speak English? I not speak English very well. I don't want to become one of those types. As I want to be fluent in Russian as well, I might do Russian videos in the future, but not in the near future, because I probably would sound like a very strange foreigner, or like a kid trying to remember words in the language, you know, like a 3-year-old or something, and that would just be embarrassing. But I think on my Swedish channel, that's where I have tried to do a bit more serious videos, where I sit and talk. And I think I made only 2, and I'm very disappointed. I'm thinking about a few. I have been thinking about a whole lot, but I think I made one 2011, and then in 2000 and I think at the end of 15 or in the beginning of 16. I can't quite remember now, but I think at the autumn of 2015 I made one, or it perhaps when I started it was perhaps finished close to Christmas. Oh yeah, it was something like that, New Year or something, so it can be right at the start of the year. But in any case, I've made only 2, and I had a whole lot more ideas to make more of them, and I've been stopped because of my depression, and that really sucks. But so far I've made a video of a video of taking driver's license, because that's quite difficult in Sweden. That got quite a lot of attention, but many others enjoyed it as well, it seemed, because, well, you know, a lot of people want to take a driver's license and they seek all the help they can get, and social media like YouTube, it's a very good platform. I remember even another guy self-advertised himself on my video, and that was the first time someone did that on my videos. You know, I'm the guy with like 1 or 2 views on most of my videos. About videos as well, I might point out, don't remove your videos if you feel ashamed of them. It's always good to keep them and like have them as a reference to the future when you try to look back and see how much you've improved and everything like that. I'm this very sensitive guy. I'm very self-proud. I'm a very proud being, a being of pride. So whenever I feel like I've failed or done something bad, I tend to remove stuff But now I have this policy, I don't remove my videos, period. Oh, end of the world. Let's go this way then. I guess I've spoken in a long way if I found the very corner of the world here. So that's a good advice. Now I lost myself again. I thought I'd just point that out since I've spoken so much about it. Damn it, I should just get out of here. Run! No, dog meat, run! I was speaking about videos, my videos. Yeah, so then the second one, it was... How many years was it now if you count? We say 2011 to 2016. That's like... That's fucking... Wow. I can't count. 5 years. That's a whole lot of time. Probably like 4 years, 6 months or something like that. But details. But it has been a lot with my depression stuff, not believing in myself, just giving up, and as you can probably imagine if you have not been in that sort of situation, it feels like literally you have a mountain on you and that doesn't matter, no matter what you do, everything is hopeless. And when you're feeling like that, have bad memories of bunker places now when I shot my friend or robot friend. Damn it, I lost myself. Damn bunker. Oh yeah, about that. I was depressed. Bad memories. Haha. Yeah, good job, bunker. So it's really a hindrance when you feel like everything is against you, you have no friends. Well, I have had the most terrible luck in my life. I tell you, I could probably write a book about all the bad luck and misfortune I have been through in my life, but, you know, another day. What I basically want to try with my videos in the future, or those important ones to me, is to try to bring out some teachings. Like, I think modern society in Western world, at least, don't think about things or just denounce them because of petty politics. Like values that should not be forgotten, because if you forget them, things will get destroyed, you know, and once those things get destroyed, very perhaps poor choice of words here, but it's like if you don't preserve things here in life, in any case, like animals, you know, different races and stuff, cultures, everything, if you don't preserve these things and just allow everything to, you know, gets reduced to an extreme low number, you know, like, for example, animal kingdoms, if you take in a lot of different wild animals from different places, they will fight for territory and wipe each other out. And perhaps some of the other species have diseases that spreads to others, and then you might never see, for example, the lion again, or poachers. You know, you have to fight those damn bastards, because they poach elephants for their ivory tusks, and you have people here in Sweden hunting wolves because they consider the elk as their prey and not the wolves. You know, they should leave the elks alone. But imagine if something goes terribly wrong with humanity. Oh, well, it already is, because humanity is horrible people, in my opinion. But and you'd need the wolf to halt the damn elks from eating everything. And damn, a deathclaw. Can I outrun this thing? Then you'll be missing the wolf. Not that I think it will come to that, because I think the day you will need a wolf is when the mankind is gone, and when mankind is gone, the probably entire Earth is gonna be gone at that point. Oh, and the same thing with, you know, like climate change and everything like that, polluted water. You know, it's so bad in some rivers that fishes changes gender by like medical stuff that is being poured out. It's horrible. And same thing with cultures of humanity. Metal Gear Solid, I hope I have uploaded a lot of videos of that game. But that game was a whole lot about these... It had this Western influenced ideology of uniting everyone, blah blah blah. I think that's wrong. I think... if you unite everyone, you know, one day they might consider, yeah, let's become one giant imperium or something like that. Empire, I mean. Albino mongrel. Sorry, dog. Oh, dog meat. I'm so sorry. There you go, friend. And basically, what I'm trying to say, to put it simply, because I tend to go too far deep in my sentences and make myself misunderstood. That's something I have to teach myself in my speech videos, to be able to speak more fluently and charismatic, because I have very big trouble expressing myself. Okay, let's not go this direction. I found an enemy. But what I'm trying to say, as empires grow and blah blah blah, people conquer new territories, or most territories by now is conquered, but you know, there's always these kind of small societies, and when you mix a lot of people and perhaps expand borders and stuff like that, because wars do happen and sometimes borders will change. I mean, for not too long ago, Russia, well, technically they once owned Ukraine, but I think they took some ground there because they had some interest of a strategical point in on some island. So basically they used their they used politics as a reasoning to conquer it, but yeah, it's how it always goes. Not gonna jump to there's so many deep things I'm talking about here. It's too much, and I'm going here on the fly. I'm trying to keep it short and smooth, and you don't want to get into a deep subject and keep it short and smooth, because you don't really make a comprehensive understanding of it. And that's something I'm afraid of actually when doing these speech videos, because if you make yourself misunderstood and see people standing there confused, I'm the one that's gonna be blaming myself and be, you know, banging my head. So it's a painful thing. I'm an idealist. I think about a lot of things, but my greatest enemy is myself, because, well, not necessarily myself, but one of my greatest problems is myself, that I just can't express myself. It's not like well, technically there is propaganda in Sweden. There are things where this so-called free speech isn't accepted, but you have to expect their damn speech. You know, it's kind of one-sided if you really think about it. But never mind that. It's not like I'm gonna get shot by some Korean agent or get imprisoned, probably get fired. That's a different thing. So you have to be political correct. So basically, it's you want to shut up. I mean, if someone at work find out you have said something that's inappropriate to the political correctness in the nation, you might get into trouble. You might think it's free and all, but it really isn't. You know, I had my friends at work getting, you know, threatened. You say that one more time and you're out of here, basically. And, you know, they're like hard workers and have all their life, you know, not all their life, but as their time on that job, like 15 years and the other like 8 years or so, basically they spoke with a customer and they spoke of some ideological things and blah blah blah, and she was listening, oh yeah, and they expressed themselves, you know, because she asked them. She wanted their opinion. And it was a bit, because in this case it was about immigration. It has been very much immigration, and not everyone enjoys it. And she was asking about this, what they thought about it, and they said, you know, it's too much. You know, it doesn't feel right. I'm probably making it sound very kinky right now, but in a whole sense, they're not saying everything racist or something like that, but they said from experience, perhaps, you know, how some people behaves, you know, the ordinary stuff, because like 7 out of 10 evidence pieces of trash, I work as a janitor, is actually an Arabic name or so, and I think that speaks volumes. And you know, crime things and blah blah blah, organized crimes, a lot of them are usually involved, but it has. Oh, that's not mine. I feel like I've flown into a way deep subject here, but I'm trying to make myself clear, and then I jump into more and more stuff. Which is why you should prepare yourself for a video like this, damn it. But in any case, basically they expressed their opinion about these kinds of things, and said from experience, and I'm just gonna run. So basically, she had a boyfriend that was Oriental or something like that. I think he was Oriental. And because of this conversation, she realized, and well, in Sweden, basically, you wave your own flag, you're a racist. So then she called down to the office, you know, where all the people in the office sits and write checks and blah blah blah, bosses sits, and she made some heavy complaints about extreme racism, blah blah blah. But she actually asked her opinion, and for this they were almost fired. You know, it was like, if this ever comes up again, you're out of here. And you know, they had to like sit there and not say a word, because anything they would say would be incorrect. I mean, they tried to reason, but you know, they couldn't get to say one word without getting completely yelled out. So yeah, that was about political correctness. Basically, you have to be politically correct, or else you'll get into trouble. Oh, whoa, that's a Diamond City Guard. Damn, I have run a lot. That means I should probably try to wrap this up soon. And, well, people have gotten fired for, you know, things quite very similar to this. And even so, it's... I don't consider it too harmful. It's like... You should probably perhaps try to keep harmful opinions like that, harmful comments to yourself. But but it's not like they went and harassed people. I think if you would go around and telling someone, hey, you look like a freaking scumbag and your people are scumbags and everything you are scumbags, something like that, that would be inappropriate, because any common person would understand that going around and telling people that they are scum and look different, no, not look different, that because they look different, they are freaks. In that sense, that's, you know, a bit more perhaps ignorant and racist. And here, well, racism is just waving your own flag and trying to preserve stuff. So, damn, I feel like I've gone too far, because I'm sort of lost as what I was trying to say. Oh yeah, I was speaking about my videos. So you see, I probably need a lot of preparing and blah blah blah. I don't like to follow scripts. I basically try to make the videos come from heart. But I have to be careful on what I say, because as you probably heard from what I just said now, I don't want people to have this misformed view of me, because I express myself bad, and at heart I truly mean well. And then I feel like whatever I try to support, I have made more of a mess than it already is. And you know, things like nature and cultures, like I mentioned, it's like if these things will just be gone in the future, you know, I don't really see much of a point in building a future, having a family and all that. Like, is this a future I would want to build? Is this wasteland a place where I would want my grandchildren? Is this where I would want my people, the Swedish people, to live? The ancestors of Vikings, ancestors of King Adolphus. I don't think so. But you have to try and work for it in some way. But it's difficult to know which path is correct. But important thing, if you have a similar problem, I think you just don't give up and try to, you know, don't think too deeply about it, because eventually you just run around in circles in your head. You know, think about it, try to do something, learn from that experience and try to do something more. You know, I should listen to my own damn advices, because this sounds very good as I'm thinking about it. And remember, I'm like not reading from a damn paper, I'm just pressing W, sitting in my dark room, because it's gotten dark now. And I probably recorded way too long, because I tend to speak a lot when I do start to speak. But I figured I should just speak my mind, and then just hopefully it sounds somewhat good. And probably no one will ever watch this video and never get my messages anyway. My alert. What the hell? Ah, damn it, you should not play with someone else's eggs. Damn video. So, yeah. I think I made some things clear if you're a good listener. I've spoken so much about videos. Anything more about that? But yeah, basically 5 years apart. Yeah, that's what I was trying to speak about in my speech video. Was still on this subject. I feel like I've talking about this for too long now. But I think that my second video was a bit more well established than my first one, and this one was not about driver's license. It was about a bit more sad one. It was about depression and a bit, like I said, nationalism, one of those values forgotten. Try to enlighten that, because I feel like a lot of people feels like this sort of value is gone. You know, just because Hitler idolized it doesn't mean it's evil. You know, like Liberty Prime expressed communism. You know, Nazis, they want to exterminate people and blah blah blah. That's evil. But you know, nationalism, to preserve one's people, to, you know, not reject old traditions, to keep these things that keep up people proud and united of their homeland, that's not a bad thing. And so I try to enlighten that in that video. And I feel like I did not comprehensively go into the depression subject, because, well, it's basically something you can make 1,000 videos of, because it's an endless subject, to be honest. So basically what I tried to do was going a bit on a nimble on the subject, because I have lots of experience, and I felt like if I could even just help one person, I would feel like I've done such a great thing. And it's not one of those subjects that people would want to watch, because, you know, most people don't tolerate depressed people. You know, I've tried to, you know, open myself up to people at times, and, you know, be who I am. You know, I'm not a happy guy. I'm totally opposite to that. I'm the guy who just, you know, doesn't ever feel well, angry, bitter, and blah blah blah. And when people hear these things, they seem to take it personally. And I think because people are, in a way, self-centered, you know, they usually think about, what have I done? Why is this my fault? That's why depressed people have a negative view, and also that, well, sometimes people go destructive as they are being depressed, because it's a heavy thing. But people don't realize that many people enter such a stage one time in their life, if not more, and it can just, it's not a mental issue, not in every case. Sometimes it's, you know, physical impairments and blah blah blah, but I think that, like in war, or, you know, poverty, or if you have your family breaking up, things like that makes you depressed. And sometimes you just, well, it makes you sad, but that sadness isn't depression. But if you can't just let go, and it's constantly in this heartbreak, this pain that just never ends, then you have entered depression. Because depression is quite easy to identify. It's the opposite of happiness. If you can't feel happy about anything, you know, it feels, well, it depends on what level of depression you are in, but that's most likely gonna be the case, that you are depressed. But I feel like I'm talking about too much about those videos for now. But it felt good speaking about them, and as like I said before, I'm true to my word. I do these videos basically to entertain myself or practice my skills. Well, I do take some pride into making videos somewhat appropriate, but this is basically probably gonna be a separate video from the final one in the Fallout 4 game, where I'm just gonna sit and talk, and absolutely no one is gonna have interest in watching it entirely. And I think it's sad that people doesn't want to watch that video, but it was at 80 views last time I checked. Who knows, maybe it will flower up someday, like my driver's license video did. I think it's like at 50,000 views, or 60,000 even. It's amazing. But you know, maybe one day I'll be able to make videos that, when I speak, that will be comprehensive and a lot of people will watch. Hopefully someday. But you know, maybe that day will never come, maybe that day will come soon. You never know these things. But never give up. Yeah, always keep fighting, regardless of how dark it will seem. Damn it. I'm trying to get rid of this subject, but I can't. I can't allow myself to. Well, that's basically me. I will always find... Hello. Yes, I'm friendly. No, 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 no. Easy there, cow. Or is it the deer? Anyway. So I'm basically, when I'm gonna look through this all over again, I'm gonna be a bit irritated. Oh, I should have said this. Oh my god, I sounded so stupid when I said this. Can probably edit away those, but who knows? Maybe I'll find some value or merit to the things I was trying to say, so I might keep it. But you never know these things. You know, even though I felt so bad when I've recorded these episodes in my own performance as I played through this game. I felt so terrible, like this was the worst piece of crap I've ever recorded, and when I looked through it again, it was pretty good. It was pretty good actually, and sometimes I found more highlights than ever. Like it was so good. And that makes me realize how much this inexistent confidence, this loss of pride that I'm bleeding all out, you know, I just don't have any belief in myself. If only I had that, I'd probably be so much better at doing these kinds of stuff. So, you know, and you might wonder, with all this negative stuff, how do you feel as a recorder today? You know, I felt like a void today. It was like, you know, I felt like I should not record, you know, it's gonna be terrible, I'm not gonna be able to do a thing, you know, I should just shoot myself or something like that. And here I am trying my best to say something of value, because I feel like in these types of videos I can also try to relay these types of messages. It's in English also, so you know, in my other videos I speak Swedish, so might as well try to reach out to people playing games, speaking of deeper subjects, because I sort of like to think about those things a lot, just difficult to express myself. And I felt, well, it's kind of cozy running around scouting things, so will be quite a special video. However, I think now I lost myself again, damn it. Oh yeah, my performance. There why I was, and but I think for future games when I play, it's like you should not bash yourself, especially when you're recording. Like, oh, this feels bad. You should just always just let the show go on. Just don't give up. well, at some points you should give up, because sometimes you might drag it out too far or something like that. It's like no, but felt like a nuke was blowing up, but that was the sun becoming stronger, I guess. And yeah, so don't doubt yourself if you're making videos. I completely lost myself, so I guess it's high time for me to return to the game on the... Damn it! Stop attacking me, you asked for it. Damn it. Yeah, about the game. What haven't I said? Yeah, about the landscapes. It was kind of hard to see at night. It's something that can be difficult for you as a viewer, because I have this 60 FPS. It's a bit darker than 30 FPS, I believe, because the more FPS you have, the darker it gets. It might sound a bit strange, but perhaps it only counts for about a lot higher. But I like when it gets dark, because you're not supposed to see well when it's dark. But it might get annoying as a viewer. I noticed it when I edit the videos. So, but anyway, when you were walking in the day, you know, I like, for example, now it looks pretty amazing. Even though it's a wasteland and everything, I felt like, well, these modern games, they really can bring out what artists feel like. Oh. What the hell? Ah! As I'm trying to run from these, artists can truly bring out what they're trying to create onto the picture, and I think they have done quite a flawless work in this game. I noticed remodeling of older creatures and units, armors and blah blah blah, things that used to be in the older games, because, you know, they want to try improve. They want to make it a bit like unique to this engine and everything. It's like their moment to shine, and I think that's great. Some people hate it though, but you know, some people are just stuck in the past. And I felt like they have done a beautiful work in this game when it comes to the visual. You know, some people always gonna probably complain, but you know, I think if you show anyone who played the game for 20 years ago and can play a game like this and it functions well and have all these great elements that this game has to offer, I think then you're gonna be more than just satisfied. It's not like you can see giant edges that shouldn't be at my arms. It looks quite smooth and everything. So, you know, and the lighting is great also. That's a very important thing. So in terms of, you know, walking around looking at places, yeah, it's a bloody wasteland, but it still have been appealing for my eyes, and the creativeness of that robot quest. I haven't done too many side quests, but I bet you could. But I bet you could find a whole lot more funny ones like I found with the robots. Speaking about those, I was thinking about going and pursuing that quest later after I finish the game. Might be worth recording for you if you're still interested in this game. And also there's DLC, so there's also that to play. Run out of this place because I'm trying to speak my mind here. And yeah, I think I've spoken about most things. Well, comparing this to Fallout 3 or Fallout 4, would you say this is a better game? I felt like there were more compelling characters in the previous game, but I felt like they haven't done a bad job here as well. Well, they haven't done a bad job here, but I felt like one thing they were truly missing was the ability to interrogate or investigate more. You know, I felt like you got a naked picture here when you spoke to people. You could basically have 4 lines or none with most, and I felt like there were needed more lines to this game. But to put it simply, it's just. Well, perhaps it have been also me, to be fair, that have skipped a lot, just to keep my videos running, not to have 100 parts, me investigating every quest and possible option in conversations. But I did feel like an absence to get this more clearer understanding, because it's good that you can get options to, you know, keep it fast and easy if you like it that way. But for someone that like takes choices seriously or are a bit more of this detective type, I did feel it was a bit more naked. It was like the conversations was almost always in that kind of way where you was just, right, you go do this, now go by. We no speak until you finished. And that sort of communications is flawed, I think. That's something they failed on in this game. At least from my experience as I played. You might experience differently. I felt like when it came to main story, or you know, these more compelling characters, like the elders, blah blah blah, they gave you a whole lot more of speech options, and when you discovered stuff you could even get unique speech options. Not saying that it's impossible in this game, but that's the impression I got, at least. And I think, as this is an RPG, I think communicating with people is probably one of the most funniest thing that is in this game. And it's quite funny coming from a guy that has problem talking to people in real life. I hate my life. But in any case, I think that's notable things to translate from the 3rd game and 4th game. And perhaps, even though there have been, I guess you should say, major improvements with, you know, having different mods and things on gear, I usually prefer having it simplistic, because, you know, it gets too much when you have tens of thousands of pieces to your weapons here. Then at some point I'm this kind of guy who am gonna say, yeah, I perhaps would prefer with just one standard type, and perhaps have like a bit more different type of guns, rather than having tens of thousands of pieces to difference of weapons, if you catch my drift. Oh wow, I got to try this. Oh damn it. Oh, let's try this. That's not realistic. They should fly around. You know. Yeah, now I got lost because I did something else. Damn it, I'm stupid! And I'm getting very dry in my mouth. But I think some people will absolutely love that there's more mods and personalization. But I just don't hope. But I just hope that it haven't come to the expense of new, different type of unique weapons. But I must say, there have been. I really like the cannon we got from the Captain Robot dudes. You know, it's things like that that makes this game rather unique. These funny and unique weapons, because they really have quite a unique imagination in this game, I'd say, because it has this old American feel, like 50s, I guess, 60s, 40s feel, and oh damn, stunned Jaguar, what a stun. In this situation I don't understand, he seems quite alert to me, or he's stunned by my appalling entry to his cave. Lonely Shepherd. Seems like my kind of place. But probably one of the most simplest questions. Would I recommend this game for anyone else to play? Oh yes. I mean, I have just scratched the surface. I have basically played through the main campaign mission and chosen to do it one way. And perhaps there's more options than I actually realize now to the campaign. Like how you could avert your son dying as being the Brotherhood, or perhaps it's as simple as linear as it was. You know, you might not know, but there's so much more to explore, and if you just like to explore and do these conscious decisions, I think there's a lot more to be had. I mean, sure, it might have seemed like it had been one-sided with me, but that's because I am who I am. I am this guy who likes to help people. It might not seem like it always, but at heart, that's just who I am. I just... When I see someone hurt, or, you know, regardless who it is, I approach people equally. I try to, you know, give everyone this one chance to, like, prove themselves, like, they aren't who that I might think they are, that this person is a unique person. That's how I treat people. I give everyone this unique chance to, like, you know, you got a problem. Explain yourself. Like, why should I help you? I perhaps think this person is a criminal or something, or and then they, you know, make their case, and, you know, I think you're telling the truth. I should help you. Now I probably sound like stupid, but I think I make my point here. I like to help people. That's it. Yeah, simple put. And when you play it, you might come to a situation I have come across, and you might feel, no, I don't want to help you. I want your money, you scumbag. Why should I give you water? Sit there and rot. You know, you might be that kind of person, and well, then you'll have a lot of fun, because they usually try to implement these kinds of random acts of kindness. Always these different types of moral stories, you know, where a guy comes out and tries to ask you to help me reclaim my my mother's amulet, and then you can be like, once you retrieve it from the thief, you're gonna be like, nah, I think I'd rather keep it for myself. Or once you get to the actual thief, you might be like, let's split this 50-50 and I'll help you get rid of this fool. They'll betray your friend, well, not friend, but the guy you're trying to help. So, basically what I'm trying to say, I completed this game in one way. You might find 3 or 4 or 5 different ways of completing things. And entirely your gameplay fighting style. I tried to go for the sneak approach, did not go too well. As you can see, I'm quite powerful. Or they are just weak. Let's use... No, I dropped it off. Damn it. So I think... Bro! So I think if you like to walk around also and play a bit casually, whether you're casual or hardcore, sometimes in this game some situations may feel impossible, yes. But do not despair, just walk around, do other quests, get bigger weapons, better armor, find more friends and abilities, perks, and you'll be able to handle those situations better. So in terms of difficulty, I'd say perhaps not for the 4-year-old, because 4-year-olds should not play a game like this at all. But if you say you have played some games, I say it's not too difficult. You learn as you play the game, and you'll have a lot of time to explore and have fun for yourself. So it's a good way to spend time. And also interesting if you like to listen to people's thoughts of things. By the way, about linguistics, I think I didn't say that thing about Metal Gear Solid is that game is filled with linguistics, and I think one of the main messages with that game was to actually state the fact that linguistics, cultures and languages die out for each passing year, you know, that we humans have made. And basically that bigger empires basically run everyone over, blah blah blah. And sort of feels like that game was going against its own morals, because the guy you were trying to basically unite the entire world to make it one utopia, you know. Then you're back at the same thing. If you make one utopia, eventually smaller groups will die out, because people will lack the interest eventually to carry on those traditions and, you know, head for a career, because, well, hey, who doesn't like capitalism? Yay, not me. But damn communist. But like, wow, I think I've like really run all over this world by now. It's gone from night to day and almost night again. But it's definitely a worth game playing. I had fun, even though I felt stressed at times to trying to do the right decision. But that's the thing with this game. Some people are gonna try to do everything perfect and just replaying the games at times. They just see the different options, and you know, if you want to spend a lot of time in one game and not have to waste money in buying 5 games and be like, oh, disappointed, I think this game could be interesting. At least if you like this kind of atmosphere and gameplay mechanics, I think this game would be great for you. And if you never tried out a real RPG like this, then I heavily recommend you try out this game, because this game is amazing. And well, if you haven't, you should try out Mass Effect 2. That was the best one. First one was decent, just felt a bit at sometimes not the greatest, at least when it came to fighting. I didn't like the fighting in that game, but it did have some funny lines. Improved immensely in the second game. The third game was phenomenal until the 30 last minutes of the game. But in any case, not to bash any other game, promote any, I think I'm gonna wrap this one up here. And yeah. What do you think, boy? How did we do? Boy! Dog meat! There, I caught his attention.
Look alive. How you doing, buddy?
How did I do?
Hey, boy, you know any tricks?
Like a boss. Alright. If you wanted something with bad graphics, I guess shooting a bird would be it.